What was that, Brendan?
I just said when you have to, could I ask you a question?
Of course. Oh, let me flip this thing around. How do I flip this thing around? Oh, there we go. Okay, this is Brandon, and we're in Utah, so you work the midnight shift.
Yeah, I work the midnight shift over here at the West Winds truck stop.
Cool. Yeah, you said that you had a question. What's your question?
It's a little bit personal.
No problem.
Why do you think God picked me?
That is an awesome question because he just asked, why do you think God picked me? Because actually he just told me that he used to be an atheist. Why don't you tell us your story?
So, I was living in a town called Price, Utah, and I was an atheist for the longest time because my conception of Christianity and God was a bit tainted through some less than moral individuals, and I looked at it as bullcrap, and I saw myself through my arrogance in my youth as somebody smarter than them, and that what they believed in wasn't true. Well, I was down on my luck one day, hooked on pills, and hanging around some really crappy people, and was walking home from the Dollar Tree after a few days of being on a binge of pills, and an ultimatum hit me. A voice not of my own said, "You are either going to fix this or you're going to die," which is very clear. And I found this ambition and will in me that I never had before. And I ended up getting a girlfriend and moving towns, and eventually I went from some idiot on the streets to having a full-time job. And I couldn't credit it all to coincidence, so I started listening more to people like Jordan Peterson and stuff like that, and they started talking to me about God, and it made more sense as I got older.
Okay. Jordan Peterson. I never heard of him. Who's he?
He's a commentator, he's an intellectual from Canada. He talks about a lot of things, not just the Bible, but he does do a lot of that in his work, and he has a way of making it make sense. That's the best way I can put it. And yeah.
That was an awesome question he had because Brandon asked, why did God pick me? That is a great question. And you know what? I could ask the same question. Why did God pick me?
I was constantly speaking bad about the church, about God and everything, because I saw myself as smarter than everybody who believed in that stuff.
Right.
Because I was an atheist, I was smug, arrogant.
Right.
But it's like, why out of all people, man? I was screwing up so hard.
Oh, yeah.
I was breaking into places. I was doing all sorts of terrible things. And then he just hits me with this ultimatum.
Right.
You know, as I'm walking away, the Dollar Tree was $6 worth of items. And I just found this ambition and will that I never had before to just try and fix my life, because my mom was going to throw me out.
Okay.
She was tired of my crap, you know. A year before, I caught a juvenile second-degree felony.
Oh, wow.
You know, I was really screwing up. And it just made me more and more pessimistic, more and more dark, more and more... it built more and more animosity in my heart towards everybody. And I was lashing out on people who I didn't have to.
You know what? You're very open. You're very open about your past, and you're very transparent. And you know what? You're going to be... lots of people are going to see this, and I think that you're going to be an inspiration. What do you think about the Bible?
Well, I'm going to be honest. I have a very hard time sitting down and reading. But when I do read, I always start from the beginning and see how far I can get.
Right.
So from Genesis, you know, Old Testament. But what I think about it is, as I've had...
Hey, someone's in there. Is that your... Do you have to cover that?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can come back. Just come back when you're done.
Right.
Okay, Brandon had to go take care of some customers. So, did you have fun at Arches today?
Yeah, I'm just ready to rest right now.
Oh, are you tired?
Don't psych yourself out, Mom.
For yourself. Thank you.
Here. Okay, I want to give a shout out to my wife and kids because at 10 o'clock last night, they all decided that they would rather drive through the night than to get a hotel. I was ready to spend $100, no problem, but I just give them a shout out. And actually, it's going to work out because we're going to get close. Where you want to go, Bryce Canyon? Is that what you have typed in, Bryce Canyon? So we're going to go Bryce Canyon tomorrow. Then we'll have a good time, and it'll be cool.
Hung up.
All right, Brandon's back. All right, what were you saying? Oh, yeah, I was saying, what do you think about the Bible?
Like I said, I have a very hard time sitting down and reading. I'm always getting up and moving.
But do you believe it?
Yeah. As I got older and I started having people, some people explain those kind of stories, I could see the deeper symbolic meaning. Like, not everything's meant to be taken literally at face value. There's always some sort of moral story and
Right.
principle.
Who do you think Jesus is?
Man, I think Jesus is the first rebel. You know.
The first rebel. What do you mean?
Well, like, this is a time where they stone you to death for being somebody they don't like. And here comes a guy talking about accepting others and not being an asshole for the sake of being an asshole. You know? There comes a guy talking about peace and change and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah, turning the other
Hanging
cheek.
out with drunks.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
People that, you know, they would scoff at when they walked past. Jesus was hanging around.
Oh, yeah.
So I'd see him as like the first rebel.
Do you think he was the Son of God?
Yes.
Okay, there you go. And you believe that he died on the cross to pay for your sins?
Yes.
There you go. Because that's basically salvation. Salvation is believing that Jesus is the Son of God and believing that he died to pay for your sins. And you believe it. So there's not a doubt in my mind that when I get to heaven, I'll be looking you up, saying, "Hey, Brandon."
Man, I love the story of Jesus.
Oh, yeah.
Hey,
I got it.
Friends made a lot of enemies.
Hey, I got a DVD. You want a DVD?
Heck yeah, man.
Son of God. Hey, Leah, can you hand me that DVD, Son of God? I'll give it to Brendan.
What's the case?
It's okay.
It should be.
It's okay. I'm sure he's got cases. Hey, here you go. You'll love this. It's a great story. Yeah, actually, it goes through the whole. Actually, we just listened to it a while ago. But I gotta get rolling. So, anything else you want to say?
It's never too late to change.
That's
you may
right.
find yourself in a situation where you look around and say, "Oh, it's never gonna go anywhere. I'm just gonna be a nobody. Everything's gonna be pointless." And if you keep in that mindset, you're gonna stay in that mindset. You know, I was fortunate enough to get the ultimatum slapped upon me, but it doesn't have to lead to that.
Oh yeah.
If you ever want to be a better person, it just takes small steps. A little bit of getting out of your comfort zone and doing what you know is right. Because you have a voice inside of you that's telling you what you should be doing.
That's right.
That's why, you know, some people go to sleep and they'll feel guilty. It's like, man, maybe I should have cleaned my room. There's something as basic as that. Maybe I should have done this. Maybe I shouldn't have said that thing to somebody. You know? We all strive to be a better people. It might help us internally and help the world that we're living in.
That's a very good message. It was a pleasure meeting you, and it was a pleasure talking with you. Have a great night.
All right, you too, man.
Take care, brother.
God bless you.